Hello, good morning to everybody. Hi student, how are you? Okay, before going to our explanation or discussion on protein synthesis, we will revise first in the first before this lesson that is transcription. Protein synthesis which takes place by means of two steps. First one is translation. First one is transcription, and second one is translation. Transcription means what actually? It is nothing but the formation of mRNA from the template DNA. That process is known as transcription. And in this lecture, we will also learn that how many components are involved in the process of protein synthesis. Then we will also explain that the transcription methods in detail. Now we are going to discuss on translation in prokaryotes. This is the second half of the protein synthesis, second part. The second part is also big part, that is translation, the steps which involve the four steps, that is activation, initiation, elongation and termination. So we will explain here only the activation and initiation. So let us start our topic, that is protein synthesis, second part, that is translation in prokaryotes, which includes activation and initiation. Translation is nothing but the universal process. It is a universal process. In this process, the language of nucleotide sequence on the mRNA, which is translated into the language of amino acid sequence, and this process which occurs into the cytoplasm where ribosome located. That means the translation process, it is a universal process which occurs into the cytoplasm. Are you getting? In this process, the language of nucleotide sequence on mRNA, which is translated into the language of amino acid sequence, and then mRNA which decoded into specific polypeptide. This uses mRNA sequence as a template to guide the synthesis of chain of amino acids that form proteins. Such process is known as translation. Formation of mRNA, then mRNA which is decoded for the specific polypeptide, and this uses mRNA sequence as a template and to guide the synthesis of chain of amino acids that form the process that form the proteins, and that proteins formed in this process, that is known as translation. Many types of transcribed RNA are tRNA, mRNA and rRNA. tRNA, that is which plays a role in transcription. mRNA is a messenger RNA. Then rRNA, it is a site of ribosome. This is a ribosomal RNA. These are not necessarily translated to the amino acid sequences. There are four steps which involve in the process, that is the universal process of protein synthesis. First one is activation, second one is initiation, third one is elongation, and fourth one is termination. Most of the studies do not include activation as a steps of translation. In this discussion, we will learn about more detail activation and initiation, and the next discussion in next lecture we will learn also elongation and termination. There are the four steps, and four steps in this lecture. It is not easy to discuss within 40 to 45 minutes. So that's why we will discuss on activation and initiation methods. These steps which involve into the translation. Okay. Then we will start for the discussion on activation of amino acids. This is the first steps of translation in prokaryotes. Translation, it is nothing but the steps of protein synthesis. We are discussing about the translation in prokaryotes. This is the first step, that is the activation of amino acids. How the amino acids are activated. Technically, this is not a step in translation. It is required for the translation to proceed. The activation of amino acids with ATP. The reaction is catalyzed by the specific enzymes. That enzyme is known as the amino acid synthetase enzymes. Let us see the reaction: amino acids plus ATP plus amino acid synthetase enzymes and forming a complex compound, that is a enzyme bound amino acid adenylate complex, and 2-pyrophosphate which liberated out. The first product formed is the amino acid adenylate, in which the energy is consumed for the requirement of the next steps. Then amino acids plus ATP in the presence of amino acid synthetase enzymes to form a complex, that is amino acids AMP complex. That means the ATP is converted into AMP. That is ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which converted into adenosine monophosphate. Then 2-pyrophosphate which liberated out in this reaction. Then let us see the reaction. This is the amino acids and the ATP, 1-pyrophosphate which liberated out. Then it makes the AMP. Then this is a complex, that is the amino acid tRNA synthetase enzymes. Then enzymes plus the adenosine. Then this complex is known as enzyme AMP amino acids, that is activated amino acids, or this complex is known as amino acids AMP enzyme complex. Then in this reaction, amino acids AMP and enzymes complex which forms, and tRNA which combines with the amino acids, then amino acids tRNA complex is also formed. Then in this activation, the correct amino acids is covalently bonded to the correct tRNA. Let us see, this is the amino acids. This is the correct amino acids is covalently bonded to the correct tRNA. The amino acid joins by its carboxyl group to the 3' OH of the tRNA by the ester bond with the help of ATP. When tRNA has an amino acid linked to it, when the tRNA has an amino acid linked to it, it is also termed as a charged. It is also known as a charge. Then for the initiation, see, this is the second step but actually it is the first stage of protein synthesis. It is the first stage of translation of protein synthesis in prokaryotes. Activation, it is not a first stage of translation, but it is necessary for to proceed this reaction and to proceed the synthesis of protein. Okay, initiation which requires the ribosome, smaller units, larger subunits, then mRNA, initiator tRNA, then 3 initiation factor, that is initiation factor 1, initiation factor 2, initiation factor 3, and GTP, that is a guanosine triphosphate. Initiation factor 3, which binds to the free 30S subunit. Prokaryotes, that is a prokaryotic ribosome. Prokaryotes, it has a prokaryotic ribosome, that is a 70S ribosome. 70S ribosome has smaller unit, that is a 30S, and larger unit, that is 50S. This sedimentation coefficient is not additive. Okay. The initiation factor 3 binds to the free 30S subunit. This helps to prevent the large subunit binding to it without mRNA and forming an inactive ribosome. Then second initiation factor, that is IF2, which complexes with the GTP. Then IF1, initiation factor 1, which binds to the smaller subunit, that is 30S. It will assist to the charge initiator tRNA to bind. This is the initiation. mRNA binds to the smaller subunit, that is the 30S. This is the P site, polypeptidyl site. Small ribosomal subunit, that is the 30S. This is the mRNA. IF3, initiation factor 3, initiation factor first. Initiation factor first may assist binding of the initiation factor 2. Initiation factor 3, which keeps the large and the small ribosomal subunits apart. Here is the binding to this 30S subunits and mRNA, which passes in between the smaller units and larger units. Then initiation. In initiation, 30S subunits which attaches to the mRNA molecules, making use of ribosomal binding sites on the mRNA. This initiator tRNA can then bind to the complex by base pairing of the tRNA anticodon with the codon, that is AUG, methionine, on the mRNA. That means AUG, which is correctly bind with the anticodon of the tRNA. This is the codon. Then at this point, IF3 can be released, as its role in keeping the subunits apart are complete. This complex is called it as a 30S initiation complex. Then in this initiation, the 50S subunits can now bind, which displace the initiation factor 1 and initiation factor 2, and the GTP is hydrolyzed. In this energy consuming steps, this complex is called 70S initiation complex. In this two, then the assembled ribosomes has 2 tRNA binding sites. First binding site, that is known as a sites, and second is P sites. A site means what? Amino acid site. P site means what? Peptidyl site. A site is where incoming amino acid tRNA molecules bind. P sites is where the growing polypeptide chain is usually found. The sites are enclosed of small subunits and contain the adjacent codon that are being translated. This one measure of the initiation is the placement of the initiator tRNA in the P site, that is polypeptidyl site. It is the only tRNA that does this as all other must enter the A site. Look at the figure, that is the tRNA, that methionine, and GTP, IF2, and 30S ribosome smaller units, IF1, IF3. This is the mRNA strands which is passing in between the 50S and 30S. Thank you very much. Please share and like my video